Ini aku screenshot dulu.
Cek. All right, I think we can start now. Hello everyone and welcome to our learning hour session. I'm Adib and I'm delighted to be your host for today's session. We are honored to have our expert trainer, Mr. Zahin, who will be sharing valuable insights on data cleaning made easy with Power BI. All right, give me a second. All right, during the session, please feel free to ask questions in the chat box below. Mr. Zahin will address all questions from time to time or at the end of the session. As a reminder, please keep your microphones muted throughout the session to avoid any disruptions. Without further ado, I hand over the floor to Mr. Zahin.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Adib, for the brief introduction. Okay, Assalamualaikum, hello, and a very good morning to each and every one of you. Okay, I believe that at the moment, there are 27 participants at the moment. Okay, so welcome to this learning hour session. So for today, we will have data cleaning made easy with Power BI. So how do you feel today, everyone? So I believe that there are 30 participants and the numbers are still increasing. Let me share my screen for a while. Okay. All right. So can you see my screen? Okay. If you can see my screen, you can put something in the chat. Okay. All right. And then if okay, yes, can see. All right. Good. Okay. So before I proceed with this topic, okay, data cleaning made easy with Power BI. So how do you guys feel today? Maybe you guys can just type something, or maybe you can reply, okay, with emoji. Okay, for example, I'm feeling a little bit okay happy today. Okay, feeling good. Okay, you can type emoji. All right, you can type everything. I'm feeling happy. Okay, I believe that everyone feels happy today because today is Friday already. Okay, so okay, TGIF. Okay, today is Friday, so tomorrow is Saturday, and then the day after tomorrow is Sunday. So weekends is around the corner. So thank you again, okay, for attending today. Data cleaning made easy with Power BI. All right. So let me Control F my. Okay, let me full screen first. All right. Okay, salam all, salam Eli. Okay, admin, Ami, feeling good, feeling happy. All right, everyone is feeling good right now. Okay, so before we continue with our data cleaning made easy with Power BI, has anyone here ever used Power BI? Okay, if yes, you just type yes. If no, you can just type no. Okay, so I just want to just okay, I just need to some brief you know sharing. Okay, no, no, Ikwan said no. Ellie, yes. All right, yes, yes. Okay. All right. So I believe that some of you has already used Power BI. Some of you has maybe previously never used Power BI. But I can ensure that this is the right time you can use Power BI because Power BI is like Excel, but in a different way. Okay. So my next question is, okay, if you can rate your Excel skills from beginner to advanced, okay, how would you rate yourself? Okay, beginner, intermediate, or advanced? Okay, you can put in the chat. Okay, so that maybe I can customize my presentation today to fit with your skills. Okay, B, inter, all right. Okay, Ellie say intermediate, Ami, inter. Okay, all right, good, good, good. Okay, I believe everyone here, no background. Okay, Adib saja je no background. Okay, Adib expert already. Alright. Alright, so without further ado, today is data cleaning made easy with Power BI. Okay, if anyone of you never heard of Power BI is, okay, we can just, right. So Power BI is a software from Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft. So every one of you had ever previously ever used Excel? So Power BI is something like Excel elder brother, abang long Excel. Okay, so Excel is used to use functions and formula, but Power BI is more like to do some data visualization. Okay, but before we go to data visualization, okay, we have a few steps before we can use our charts. Okay, we can display our charts, we can display to our boss. And then one of the most crucial part, okay, in data visualization or data analysis is data cleaning. Okay, so what is data cleaning? Data cleaning in Power BI is the process of fixing, organizing, and preparing your raw data, which means that we have a raw data consists of maybe a few hundred thousand, few thousands of rows, okay, maybe hundreds of columns. So the raw data, we don't know whether the raw data is already clean or maybe it's dirty data. Okay, in data analysis, we call it as a dirty data, unclean data. Okay, so in the raw data, we have to clean the data so that the data is accurate visualization, call it as data vis, okay, data visualization. All right. Jadi why data cleaning matters? Okay. I would like to use some example. Okay, let's say if we have lots of item, okay, but the item is dirty, the item is messy. Okay, we have our workspace and the workspace is messy. We never use the concept. We never do the concept of 5S. You know 5S? Okay. Okay, susun sisir sapu, seragam, sentiasa aman, right? Okay. Seri, seton, shiketsu, sesuke, and the kind of stuff, right? So if our workspace is messy, then it will affect our results. It will affect our performance, and also it will affect our data as well. So in data cleaning, okay, why data cleaning matters? In data analysis, data cleaning matters because of okay, garbage in, garbage out, which means that if our data is messy, which means that the data is unclean, we actually allow garbage to fit in our workspace. Okay, our workspace is data, our Power BI. Okay, analyzing things that are not in use or things that are not important as well. So if we allow garbage in, so the data will be not accurate. So goes to our data visualization. Okay, and then our column chart will not accurate. Okay, our bar chart will not accurate. Okay, our scattering plot will not accurate. All of them will not be accurate. Right. And messy data will lead to unreliable insight, which means that if you have messy data, so how you are going to work with that messy data, right? Okay. For me as a HR data analyst, I believe that okay, I can work if the data is clean. I cannot work if the data is formatting, kacau bilau, the formatting is here and there, okay, and then the data is everywhere, okay. Data is not formatted correctly. There are lots of blanks, there are lots of nulls. So I cannot work with that data because if I allow that data, or in this term, I allow that garbage to be put into my Power BI workspace, okay, or Power BI data set, it will affect my visualization, and also it will affect during my presentation or data storytelling, which means that our data is not reliable 100% if the data is not clean. Okay. And most analysts spend 80% of their time cleaning data. Yes, this is very accurate. I believe that maybe some of you, maybe most of you here is a data analyst, okay? Or if not, maybe some of you are data analysts, but maybe most of you using analysis in your daily work. Okay, so data analysis, there are so many industries they are using right now. So I am one of the industries, okay, from one of the industries, which is HR. Okay, they are finance data analysis, okay, sales data analyst, okay, there are a lot. Okay, And then industries nowadays uses lots of data analysis to make some informed decisions. And the common problems during data cleaning is there are lots of duplicates, there are lots of missing values, and there are lots of wrong data types, inconsistent formula formatting, and manual Excel cleaning will slow and also error prone. Okay, so just imagine, okay, we use Excel for our daily task, okay, but Excel there are some limitations to Excel. For example, if Excel have few thousands or for example like 50,000 of column, when we want to do some insights or we want to do some manual cleaning, our Excel will be berat, right? Okay, or Excel will be like jamming here and there, and then our mouse cursor will be loading, okay, loading until no, until apa? Until when I don't know, okay, and then there are lots of errors. Okay, so to counter these problems, we use Microsoft Power BI. So in Power BI, there is something that we can do or something that we can use. There is a tool that we can use to clean our data. So don't be afraid, okay, to clean data when you hear about, oh, I need to clean data, the data must be messy. Okay, don't be afraid, and then don't be intimidated by the terms. Okay, I would, okay, ensure you that at some point Excel is much more, I believe that harder compared to Power BI. So in Power BI, you are not using formulas. Yes, they are formulas, but for beginners, you don't have to use formulas all the time. But in Excel, okay, Excel you have to know about if, okay, only if suppose some if, okay, count if. There are lots of data. There are lots of functions and formulas there. All right. So this is why data cleaning matters. And then the importance of data cleaning, why we use data cleaning, and why we have to undergo data cleaning before we process our data. Okay, to ensure the data accurate and accuracy and quality. So if the data is accurate and if the data is all quality data, okay, high quality data, it will leads to high quality data visualization. So if it leads to high quality data visualization, it will leads to high quality insights. So when there is high quality insights, it will leads to high quality informed decisions. So our company, our bosses can do informed decisions so that it can make our company more profitable. Okay, preventing inaccurate insights, and then we can support reliable analysis, maintaining data consistency. Okay, we during our data analysis we can always update our data, okay, data model there, okay, just to maintain data consistency. Let's say if the format is streamlined, the format is all okay, all clean up, okay, it will maintain our data consistency. And reducing data processing time. Like I said before, as I mentioned before, most of the data analysts, okay, uses 80% of their time cleaning data. Okay. And you know what? That is the most, the most important thing and the most time consuming thing to do. Right. So for today, I'm not covering the advanced data cleaning. I will only share about the importance about the data cleaning for beginners. Okay. So reducing data processing time, improve decision making, and okay, improve decision making. Okay, hold on for a second. All right. So as I mentioned before, it will lead to improve decision making, and then it will make our company more profitable. Okay. So we are next, the impact if data is not clean. What if the data is not clean? For example, okay, we just got raw data from our bosses, and then our boss okay give the data to me, to us, and then we just straight away load the data into our Power BI data model. What will happen if we not clean the data properly? It will lead to inaccurate insights. It will lead to failed data models. Okay, it will lead to misleading visualization. The visualization will be, not accurate. Okay, there are lots of errors here and there. It will lead to false conclusion, reputational damage, and also last but not least, the biggest loss is significant loss to the company. And then it will affect the bonuses. It will affect the supply chain. It will affect the director's direction. There are lots of things. Okay, so you can think that this is something like a butterfly effect. Okay, it begin with only a single misstep, and the problem will become bigger, 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 bigger over time. So we don't want that thing to happen in our company during our data analysis. So we have to do data cleaning. Okay, so how does we clean our data in Power BI? There is one, okay, data cleaning solution in Power BI, which is Power Query in Power BI. Okay, so Power Query in Power BI is our data cleaning lab. Okay, it's a tools to extract, transform, and load data. So maybe some of you that already uses Power BI previously, okay, you always, notice about ETL. Okay, so I have some figure here, ETL. So what is ETL? ETL is extract, transform, and load data. Okay, so ETL is extract, transform, and load data, which means that we are using Power Query to do ETL for us before we can process the data to our data models. Okay. So with Power Query in Power BI, we can automate repetitive tasks. Okay. Track and replay every transformation step. If maybe some of you, okay, has already advanced in Excel, okay, maybe you previously ever heard about macro. Okay, so Power Query, there is something like macro there. Okay, it can record all our steps and we can rewind our steps from the mini queries there. Okay, I will do some demonstration here. Okay, after this. Okay, and then we can work across all data sources. The most common data sources that we use in Power BI is most of the time is Excel, XLS or XLSX format, and the second most famous data sources is CSV. Okay, maybe some of you never know about CSV. Okay, so CSV is a comma separated value. All right. Okay. There is a chat here. Data cleaning should be done in Excel or Power BI. For me, okay, I would say that I'm more towards Power BI because it's much more easier for me, okay, compared to Excel. Okay, as I mentioned before, Excel has some limitation because Excel cannot process lots of data. For example, 100, for example, a few, 50 thousands of rows. So it'll be some limitations here, and then it will make our Excel become heavier, right? Okay. So for me, data cleaning solution probably in Power BI. Okay, next. So we already know about the importance of data cleaning. Okay, the impact if the data is not cleaning properly. Okay, and now we are going to, okay, what is the common steps to do during data cleaning? So for me as a HR data analyst, these are the 8 common steps to do during my data cleaning steps. Okay, so first of all, okay, I will remove the column. Okay, all right. Okay, I believe. Okay, okay, hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Right. Okay. Okay. All right. Common steps to do during data cleaning. Okay. The first thing is removing columns, and then the second step is renaming columns. The third step is removing duplicate rows. Okay, I believe there is some error. Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Okay, kejap. Okay, okay. Sorry, there's some issues here. All right. Okay. We go back to our topic. So removing columns, renaming columns. This is some of the few most important steps that we have to do during our data cleaning. Renaming columns, removing duplicate rows. Okay. Merging columns. All right. Splitting columns, changing data types, sorting and filtering data. Okay. Don't worry because I will do some demonstration after this, okay, on how to do some basic data cleaning, okay, in Power BI. If I just straight away do some steps here, here you cannot see, right? Okay, I will do some demonstration here. Okay. So next is the power of applied steps. So back to question from Andi Bintang. Okay, data cleaning should be done in Excel or Power BI. There are some, advantages if we use the data cleaning in Power BI. Okay, so the power of applied step. Each cleaning action is one step in Power Query in Power BI, and also the steps can be reordered, edited, or removed. Let's say if we want to undo the step, we can just simply click step. Okay, I will demonstration after this. Okay, and then once we save forever, let's say if you want to refresh the data, let's say if you want to merge or append the data, we can use the reusable automation, provided that all of the data headers is correct. That's why we have to do some formatting to our data, and then clean once, refresh forever. Let's say if we already do maybe some 10, 15, or 20 steps previously, okay? We don't want to repeat the 15 step ever and ever, right? So we clean once. Once we put every data after this, we update the data will be automatically clean. It's something like washing machine. The settings are there, okay, the automations are there, so we can just automatically clean our data, clean our closes. All right. So before we proceed with the demonstration, these are some of the editors. Okay, these are the Power Query editor that we are used to demonstrate here after this. So in Power BI, it's something that is similar with Excel, which is it has tabs, it has ribbons, and also it has some groups here. Okay, and then once we do the Power Query editor, we open the Power Query editor. Okay, the Power Query editor will open in separate window. Okay, separate window, which means that hold on for a second. Okay, hold on for a second. All right, so this is the Power Query editor. So this is the queries pane. Okay, and then the properties and apply step. So after this, I will do some demonstration from my Power BI. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is the query editing tools. So the query editing tools, as I mentioned before, okay, Same like Excel. Okay, there is a home, transform, and add column. Okay, so similar to Excel, home, transform, and add column. All right, and these are the basic table transformations. Okay, as I mentioned before, in my 8 steps of table transformations. Okay, 8 step of data cleaning. Okay, these are the basic table transformation. So we can keep rows, we can remove rows. Okay, sort data, use first row headers. There are lots of things to do. Okay, so in my after this, during my demonstration, I will share about the 8 most common things to do during data cleaning. All right. So these are the theoretical. So I will share my Power BI. Hold on for a second. I will just stop sharing here. Okay, hold on for a second. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so before we go to our data cleaning, I would like to share my demo file. So I will share in our chat. Okay, hold on for a second. Okay, data cleaning demo. Okay, so I will share my Excel file in the data in the chat. So um okay, right, downloading, uploading. Okay, so for those who are going to do hands-on together with me, you can just straight away download this data cleaning demo so that we can do this data cleaning together. All right. So for those who are not never used Power BI previously, you have to download Power BI from the Microsoft App Store. Okay, and for those who are using MacBook, okay, at the moment, I'm sorry, okay, Microsoft Power BI does not available on Mac, okay, on MacBook. Okay, so you have to use Windows system, okay, to do Power BI. It's not similar to Excel. Excel you can install in clouds, you can install in web application, and also you can install in MacBook and also Excel and also Windows. But for Power BI at the moment in 2025, okay, they yet to release the Mac version. Okay, so what I can do now is I will share my Power BI. Okay, hold on for a second. Where is my Power BI here? Okay, can you see my Power BI desktop? Okay, if you can see, you can just okay, put chat. Okay, put into the chat. Okay, so this is the Power BI desktop. Okay, for those who are not yet using Power BI previously, Power BI has 2 different versions. Okay, I can type here. There's a Power BI desktop and Power BI service. Okay, Power BI desktop and Power BI service. For Power BI desktop, it's a desktop application. You can simply, as I mentioned before, go to Microsoft Store and then you can just download from there. But for Power BI service, it's a service application, which means that it's a collaboration tools. You can share your visualization, you can share your data to your colleagues, to your bosses, okay, by using Power BI service. For Power BI service, it's not free. Power BI desktop is free. Power BI service, you have some small subscription fees per month and per annual, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so the thing that we are using now today is Power BI desktop. Okay, so this is our because this is our welcome page. Okay, add data to your report. Okay, once loaded, your data will appear in the data pane. Okay, as you can see here, okay, file home insert. This one is we call as tab. Okay, tab, and then the get data Excel workbook we call as ribbon. Okay, same goes to Excel. Excel also known as ribbon. And this one little word here, okay, we call as group. Data group, queries group, insert, calculation, sensitivity, share, and also copilot. All right. So next, what we can do is there are two methods to load our data, okay, from desktop to our Power BI workspace. The first method is you can get data and then you can just straight away click Excel workbook, okay? Or you can just straight away click import data from Excel. Okay, so I will just click import data from Excel. I take my data cleaning demo and then just give some time to load. All right. For those who are for those who are doing along with me, okay, you can just simply okay follow my steps, and then there's a navigator pane here. In the navigator pane, there are two sets of data here. So we are using the sales data set. Okay, and then once we click the sales data set, okay, there's a sales data preview in the Power BI navigator pane. So this is the first 200 rows. Sorry, this is the few rows. Okay, just a preview of our sales data. Okay, and then below the sales data preview, there's a load, transform data, and cancel. Okay, most of beginners in Power BI, okay, never used Power BI previously, they will just straight away load the data. Okay, straight away load the data without cleaning the data. Okay, so what we can do now is instead of we load the data, we have to transform the data first to do some data cleaning. Okay, if not, the data we are not analyzed yet. Maybe there are some errors, some duplicates. We never know. The formatting is not correct. Okay, maybe the date is not in the date format. Okay, so there are lots of things to do here. Okay. Most of the beginners, okay, made this beginner mistake, right? The mistake is, okay, just okay, maybe the analyst will just go each of the columns and then just do some pre-assumptions. Oh, the data is okay. Data is all intact here. I believe I can load. I can straight away load. Okay, no, right? Most of the time we have to transform the data first. Okay, most of the time we have to transform the data first. All right. Okay, so we click transform data. Okay, once we click transform data, it will appear different window. Okay, another window. So this window is the Power Query editor. Okay, Power Query editor. So I will just type, okay, Power Query editor. So Power Query editor is the washing machine for our Power BI. Okay, it's like a washing machine for our Power BI. So everything data cleaning, we will use Power Query editor in this separate window in Power BI. All right. So maybe some of you ever heard about Power Query. Okay, maybe some of you ever use Power Query in Excel, because Power Query also have in Excel. Okay, available in Excel. Okay, and also available in Power BI. All right. So there's a home. Okay, there's a tab here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 tabs. There are lots of ribbons, and also under the ribbons there are few groups. Okay, new query, data sources, parameter. There are lots of groups. Okay, and the leftmost of this window is we call as queries. Queries is our data set. So please share screen for Power Query. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I stopped sharing since this is a separate window. I have to share another Windows. Okay. All right. Can you see my Power Query window? Okay. If you can see, you can just start with chat. Okay. Thank you, Pauline, for the reminder. Okay. I'm sorry just now. All right. So this is the Power Query editor. So since this is another separate window, so I have to reshare my screen. All right. So there is a tab here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tab. Okay, under the tab is a ribbon. Under each ribbon is the groups. Okay, new query group, data sources group, parameters group, query group, and there are lots of groups here. The leftmost of the window is sales data. Okay, and then the the center, okay, the center one is our data preview. Okay, our data preview, and then there's something that's similar in Excel, okay, similar as in Excel, the FX, and then the formula table, okay, the formula tab here, right? In Excel, the formula tab is we call as the formula tab. However, in Power BI, okay, the formula tab is using M language. Okay, I just type M language. Okay, is using M language. Language. Okay, so I'm spelling right. Okay, M language. So ignore the M language at the moment because each our data cleaning step will be recorded into the M language. Okay, so now, right before we go to our data cleaning step, the rightmost of this table, okay, M stands for, okay, is if I'm not mistaken, okay, uh, M stands for nothing if I'm not mistaken. I will check back, but at the moment, as I know, M is standalone M. Okay, all right. So query setting, okay, I will check back that information. As I know, the language is only M language. Okay, M. All right. Okay. The rightmost is query setting, properties, and also apply steps. Apply step is that everything that we make during our data cleaning will be recorded in the apply steps. All right. So we go through one by one out of our steps. So the first step is removing columns. Okay. Every time if I want to do some data cleaning, the first thing first is removing columns. For example, okay, in our data model preview here, there are a lot of columns. Okay. For example, I want to do some dashboard regarding the sales performance. Okay, so for sales performance, I don't want to use the customer state column. So the most simplest thing is you can right click and then remove column. Okay. So once you remove column, in the rightmost of our query setting, there's a apply steps there. Okay, remove columns. So everything we do some steps. Okay, the step will be recorded into our Power BI query. Okay, so remove column. Let's say, for example, I just accidentally remove the column. So what can I do next? Okay, I can just simply hit the X button here, and then the column will be reappear in our preview data models. All right. So it's something like Control Z, but in a different way. Okay. So customer state, okay, for example, all right. And then next, removing other column. What if there are a lot of column, okay, but we want to remove maybe 2 or 3 columns? If we want to remove maybe one, two each, and every time we want to remove one. Okay, for example, remove the column state, and then remove the order region. Okay, let's say if there are 90 columns, so we have to do it manually. Okay, they will consume lots of time. So what we can do is that we can select multiple columns at once, and we can remove the multiple columns selected at once. For example, I pick customer ID here. I can just hold my control button, and I can select. the other column, and I can just right click, remove columns. As simple as that. Okay, and then column gone already. Okay, so I can rewind this step, okay, to make the column back again in my data model preview. Okay, so the next step is, what if you want to rename our columns? For example, okay, the second step is rename our column. For example, okay, customer name. Okay, customer F name, I want to rename to customer first name. You can just simply double click, okay, into the column header, and then we can just rename it straight away. That's why I said for some reason Power BI is much more simpler compared to Excel. Okay, customer first name. And okay, 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 M language functions here, table rename columns, change type customer F name to customer first name, something like if functions in Excel. Okay, and then I want to rename the last name as well, customer last name. Okay, all right. So rename columns and also rename columns. Okay, as simple as that. Okay, so the next step is number 3. What if we want to remove our duplicate rows? Okay, remove duplicate rows. Let's say if you want to remove duplicate rows, the most simplest thing is, okay, there is a small table view here. Okay, small table view here. Okay, as you can see, there's a small table, and then there is a drop down arrow here in the left upper left of this data model preview. You can just simply click, okay, click here, and then remove duplicates. Okay, remove duplicates. Okay, and then the steps already recorded in our apply steps. As simple as that, duplicates gone already. All right. So with the remove duplicates, how to check whether the duplicates is already there or not? We can go to our view tab in the Power Query editor, and then we can tick, okay, we can tick the column quality tick box here, and then it will appear, okay, this one is toggle. Right, as you can see here, this one is toggle. Okay, there's a valid error empty, which means that once we remove our duplicates, our data is 100% no duplicates, no error, and also no empty blank space. Okay, all right, so we untick this toggle. Okay, all right, so already remove our duplicates. And then the next step, the fourth step, is merging columns. What if we want to merge our columns? Okay, so first thing first, we have to, for example, I want to merge customer first name and customer last name. Okay, so we have to select these two columns first, and then next thing is that we have to merge this column. Okay, so we have to transform, right? In the transform tab, there is a merge column here. Okay, concatenate the currently selected columns into one column. So we just simply tick, okay, we just simply click the merge column, and then, okay, the Power Query editor will ask, okay, choose how to merge the selected columns. Okay, so the first name is Sean, for example, and the second name is Powers. Let's say if there is no separator, okay, same to Excel, same like concatenate function, okay, it will just type Sean Power straight away without any spaces, without any delimiters. Okay, so we have to put some separator here, one separator, which is the space separator. Or if we want to, let's say, if we want to use another separator that is not listed here, we can straight away click custom, and then we can put the separator here. For example, underscore, and then the new column name is merge. Okay, so I can say here, okay, I can rename the new column as customer merge name. Okay, so we can just click OK, and then Power Query Editor will do the cleaning for us. See, as simple as that. Okay, as simple as that. All right, so customer merge name. Okay, what if we want to undo? Okay, we can just simply tick. Okay, this X is straight away Control Z. Okay, undo our step. Okay, so that is merging column. What if we want to split the column? Okay, there is a the if we want to split the column, if we want to split the column that is the previous step, we can just simply tick. What if we want to really split the column if the step is not previously done? Okay, for example, I want to, okay, for example, like I want to, okay, split this column. Okay, so customer merge name. Okay, in the transform tab, there's a split column ribbon here. We can just tick the split column, and then there's a drop down by delimiter, by number of character, by positions, and there are lots. Okay, so we can just click by delimiter. Okay, so select or enter delimiter. So for my delimiter, I choose underscore there. So my delimiter is custom, and then this is my delimiter, and then there's a split at leftmost, rightmost each occurrence of the delimiter. For example, if I want to split leftmost, okay, the rightmost will be gone. Okay, if I select the rightmost delimiter, the leftmost will be gone. Okay, so for this situation, I will just use each occurrence of the delimiter. And then for code character, we'll just tick no, none, and then just click OK. Just like that, okay, okay, we just split our column. And then do notice that in the header, there's a customer merge name number 1, customer merge name number 2. Feel free to change the name, feel free to change the header, okay, the things that you like, okay, for this demonstration purpose. Okay, so the next thing, the next part is the next step. What if we want to change the data types? Okay, for those who really didn't know about data types, okay, data types is, okay, each of this column, each of this header, there is a symbol before the column name. This one is ABC. Okay, the order ID is 123. The order date is okay, something like a table here. Okay, ABC, ABC, ABC. Okay, let's say if I want to, for example, if I want to, okay, customer city, customer ID. Okay, let's say if I want to order date. Okay, if I want to change this date, for example, okay, from date to time, okay, we can just simply click here, okay, and then it will straight away transform our data type. Okay, that one is called data type. So we can change back. Okay, the selected column has an existing type conversion. Okay, so we can simply add new step or we can replace current. Okay, so for this transformation, I'll just replace current. Okay, change type 1 to order date back again. Okay, and then the next step is replacing values. Okay, same goes to Excel. What if we want to replace some values here? Right. So if you want to replace some value, okay, in the transform, okay, in the transform tab, there is a replace value in the any column group. Okay, do note that in our raw data, there are some null values, which means that the value is not there. Okay, null values. So we can just straight away replace the values. For example, okay, for example, let's say we want to replace values. Okay, we can just click here. Okay, for example, we want to, okay, okay. So in order that we want to replace, for example, I want to find null. Okay, we have to type null here, and then we have to replace with the data that is similar with the format. For example, if the format of this column is in date, so I cannot simply put text into the order date. For example, I want to change to name, for example. Replace with 0. For example, I want to change with decimals, 0. It will straight away put error here. Okay, enter a date value because to replace value, it must follow the column format. So for example, I just put 0101 2000. Okay. So let's say if I replace to if let's say if I want to do some data visualization, okay, and the date appear to 2000, I can see that the value is null. Or okay, I can just simply straight away delete the column, delete the row, put okay, and then it will do the work for us. All right. And then the last step, okay, the last step is sorting and filtering. Same goes to Excel. For example, let's say if I want to, okay, check some specific data here, I can just straight away check, okay. But do note that if we put a drop down from the column header here, okay, it will say that in the bottom here, list may be incomplete. So we can load more, okay, until the end of our rows, okay. And then for information, this data is have a 50,000 rows, okay. So if I want to load, okay, it will say every unique numbers row ID here, okay. So as simple as that, we can just simply do some sorting and filtering. Okay, let's say, all right. For example, what are the things that we can do now? Okay, it seems that our data is just basically there, cleans, okay, clean. All right. Okay. So in category name, all right. Normally in our category name or normally in our raw data, there are some redundant names. For example, like camping and hiking, camping ampersand hiking, and camping and as a word hiking. So what we can do, we can replace the value. Okay, for example, I can just click the replace value. Okay, I want to retain the camping. Okay, I want to retain the ampersand the end symbol. Okay, value to find camping and hiking. Replace with. Okay, I'll just straight away copy and paste here. Right. Okay, with values camping and hiking. So it will just straight away clean the data for us. Okay. And to know, let's say if the category name has been cleaned, there is no redundancy, we can just straight away sorting and filter the data. Okay, baby basketball books. Okay. Girls apparel, golf balls. Okay. So this one is we have to do it manually. All right. So looks that our data is good. Okay, it's good to go. So there are some demonstration to our data, right? Data cleaning. So this is some basic application on how to do some data cleaning. So hopefully you can follow along or you can know what are the basics of data cleaning in Power BI. For those who said that Power BI is very intimidated by Power BI, or maybe you said that Power BI, maybe you think that Power BI is much more complicated compared to Excel. Actually, it's not that complicated. Okay, you have to do some practice. Then you can know, you can get the hands on. Okay, you can get some hands on to the Power BI itself. Okay, so once the data is ready, okay, let's say once the data is ready, we can go to home, and then in the home tab, we can close and apply so that the data can be used to our data model. Okay, screen sharing has stopped as the share window is closed, which means that once our Power Query editor close and apply, the windows will be automatically closed so that the data can be uploaded into our data model to be processed for our data visualization. So that's all for the sharing for this sharing session. So I will just pass the session to Mr. Adib back.
All right. Let me share my screen. Okay, wait a minute. Alright, thank you, Mr. Zain, for the excellent presentation. Within this short time frame, 1 hour, we learned a lot about data cleaning using Power BI. Okay, maybe let's take a moment for us to collect any question from our participants today. If any of you guys have any question, you guys can open your mic or type your question in the chat box below. Maybe we take around 5 minutes for the Q&A session. Okay, Mr. Zahin, we have one question. Normally, what kind of situation we need to use Microsoft Power BI?
Okay, all right. Okay, before I go to the question, okay, the first question is M stands for, okay,
Yeah.
I just get the information. M stands for mashup. Okay, M stands for mashup. Okay, mesh up to mesh the data so that we can add the data to our data model. But normally, as the data analyst, okay, as HR data analyst, we don't use a mesh up. Okay, we use the M language. Okay, so that if we want to custom the M language, we can just use the data coding there so that it can go to our automation. Okay, question from Ozin Meng. Okay, Mr. Ozin Meng. Ozin Meng. Normally, what kind of situation we need to use Power BI? Okay, good question. Okay, good question. Normally, if we want to do some data visualization, okay, Power BI is a tool to create data visualization. Okay, which means that we want to present the data in a visual way. Okay, so as I demo just now, okay, as I demonstrate just now, data is in raw data. Okay, data is in a table form, is in a matrix form, okay, is in a format table form. Okay, we want to transform the data at some, formatting colors there so that our director can do some informed decisions from the data. Okay, normally the bosses, okay, normally the bosses, maybe some of you are bosses here. Okay, normally the bosses don't want to translate the data directly from the raw data. So that's where data analyst comes, okay, into places. So we as a data analyst, we analyze the data, okay, we clean the data, okay, we transform the data, and then we load the data, we transform the data so that the data can be visualized during the meeting, during the directors meeting. Okay, okay, Ellie, this will be the basic, yeah, right? Yes, this will be the basic because let's say if I want to do some advanced, okay, data cleaning, it will take a lot of time. Okay, so for this 1 hour session, I will just cover the data cleaning only for the basic 8 steps. Okay, these are lots of steps actually. Okay, the one is advanced. Okay, and then we can use the uh, DAX. Okay, DAX stands for data. Maybe some of you have ever heard about this data analysis expression. We can use some M language. So that one is more advanced, which means that we can cover the training during the two-day session. Okay, the complete Power BI trainings. Okay, so hopefully I answered your question. Right back to Mr. Adib.
All right. So we have a question. What different from LERD? What different with Looker Studio or Tableau?
Okay, all right. What different with Lucas Studio or I call it as the blue? Okay,
Sorry
so
for my mispronunciation.
it's okay, Adi, it's okay, Adi. Okay, All right. The most common data viz. Okay, I say data viz lah because visualization. Sometimes I slip my tongue. Okay. All right. The most common data viz tools in the market right now is three: Power BI. Okay, Ellie also know this lah. This lah. Power BI, Looker Studio, and Tableau. Okay. The most common thing, the most common tools that most of the data analysts do is Power BI. First thing is Power BI desktop is free. If you want to use the service version, that one is paid. Looker Studio is free. Looker Studio is same as Power BI, but much more simpler look from Google. If I'm not mistaken, from Google, yes, Looker Studio. Tableau, a bit expensive. Okay, but we have a Tableau desktop, but more or less the functions is much more the same. But for me personally, I'm in Excel. I have Excel background. I know how to use Power Query Editor. So for me, learn Power BI is much more easier for me. And then you know, the functions, there are a lot of functions there, and then we can customize a lot during our data viz analysis. And there are lots for me. I always bias to Power BI. Okay, and Power BI we can get license from Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft certified Power BI. Okay, Yana Yusof, is there any Power BI trading class that's mine? That one I believe Adib can share. Okay.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, I think
Terima kasih.
alright. There is no question from our participant today. So alright. For those who have registered through the NTW portal, your attendance have been recorded and your status will be marked as completed within 24 hours. In the meantime, please do not withdraw your application. To generate your certification, please complete the TEE assessment on the website. Alright, now let me inform. As for the video recording of this session, uh, it will be uploaded on our YouTube channel at Cell Academy Malaysia within 24 hours as well. Now let me inform you guys about our upcoming public training offered by Cell Academy. If you are interested to enroll, you can directly contact us at our contact information down there. Alright. We have Microsoft Excel basic level from Mr. Zain until advanced level. We also have Microsoft Excel for data analytic. For those who are asking, we do have Microsoft Excel Power BI training next month, 12th and 13th November 2025. Who are interested to join, you can contact us. We also have digital marketing training, digital marketing masterclass. And then we have AI tools training, introduction to AI tools for enhancing office productivity, ChatGPT and AI tools, content creation and marketing. We also have creative tool training, Canva AI bootcamp, optimizing your design, CapCut for video marketing. And this November, Excel Academy hosting conference, Malaysia AI Conference 2025. For those who are interested to join, you can contact us for the registration inquiry. Alright, I think that's basically it for today's session. Thank you all for your participation and have a great day. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Zain, for today's session.
All right. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Adib. Thank you, SL Academy. Thank you so much. All right.
Alright, have a great weekend every day, everyone.
All right. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much. Hope that helps. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Okay.